uniquely amongst 60 million people. We just have to say amongst the 5 people in that household.
Can you share what you use to do that? That would be quite an interesting tool for us to know about.
We use a piece of software that you go to permissionresearch.com, you download some software and it tracks everything that you do on your machine. And one of the things that we can see from that is the way that you type, the way that you move your mouse. And we use that to assign you to what we call a roster of users.
Can that do anything on tablets? Do you know?
No. Well, certainly on Android, we have been developing some stuff around that. The issue, Apple. So Apple's just, it's a closed world. And they work very hard to prevent people. We do have a meter now that runs on Macs, but on the iPhone, it's pretty closed. And the amount of legal wrangling I had to go through to get the iPhone data for me to get it out of the operators and be able to analyze it, is that the Apple lawyers did not want people to know. And the critical thing is, what you may not know is that the Safari browser is default set to reject third-party cookies. And if you don't know the difference between third-party and first-party cookies, if you go to the Guardian website, the Guardian will place a first-party cookie, which means they own it, the domain, and it will refer back to the domain that you've gone to, so guardian.co.uk. And they will use that to determine the country that you came from, therefore the language, what they're going to serve you, any other preferences. Any advertising that is served on that site, and there'll be banners and stuff down the side, there will be no end of third-party cookies that get placed to determine who you are, where you might have been. You've got Google Ad Networks, Yahoo, MSN that are tracking you across multiple sites, and these are third-party cookies. And they need to see that third-party cookie to say, oh, we saw you over there, we're going to serve you this ad here. Safari doesn't accept third-party cookies by default. You need to turn them on. So it basically means the more that Apple rolls out, the more these third-party ad networks that do stuff without consent are blind to what's going on. And these are just one of the reasons why targeting is beginning to fall down.
Back to the biometrics analysts you were talking about. Is there a way of applying that to television and actively watching it?
Yeah, the stuff that again, there's the question of who's watching TV, and there's a load of very amusing anecdotes about TV measurement panels and some guy in Scotland who murdered his mother and then realised she was on the TV measurement panel, and they'd notice if she stopped watching her programmes because her behaviour would change. So he went round to her house and kept watching her programmes to try and prevent the police coming around. Anyway, strange people. At the moment, you have to, if you're on a panel, you have to tell. What we're looking at is a meter that is looking basically for RF frequency, so looking for mobile phone frequency in the room, so that we may not know who you are, but there's at least a question of, right, we can see that there's 4 mobile phones in this room.
Cool.
And therefore we can try and work out viewing figures and patterns from that. But I mean, the whole TV through the set, there's a whole issue about set-top box data, that we can get the data back from the set-top box, but someone could just turn their TV off and leave the set-top box on. So TV programs are still streaming, but there's no one watching. And so
surely
this
that can be solved with just a little tinkering around so that your TV can't be turned off until your set-top box is turned off.
Well, quite often though, these components are all sold separately and individually. Now, there are ways that you can put something into a set-top box that just looks for, is the TV on, and then tells you that. But again, the set-top box manufacturers have got to build that in. So again, many of these people develop hardware without thinking about the human or the business uses that need to go on. That the reason we have TV advertising and media is because it's a way of getting people's attention so we can sell them shit. Sorry. I'm assuming that's what you do. Okay, I'm afraid I do need to run before I get...
Fantastic. Thank you so much.